Holy macarones. Good lord, good lord. W3MOR.
Yeah, the static's horrendous.
Yeah, it's like constant 25 over. It's pretty brutal. Anyway. Well, that's the story on that. Does this thing sound alright, Brian, besides the fan noise in the background?
Yeah, yeah. There might have been a touch of a hum with it there, Perry, but that could be acoustical. I mean, you're 30 over here, so sounds fine to me.
Yeah, you're hearing the fans. It's like wong, wong, wong. Yeah, I'm doing about 300 watts. Yay. So far, so good. Yeah, I just gotta move it. So that's my project for tomorrow. To move it under the desk, under the boat anchor desk, which has got like a little cubby hole under there, and or I was thinking about putting it in the closet on the other side of the room, but I gotta buy more coax if I'm gonna do that, and then extend the keying line to it. So all in due time. Alright, I'm gonna shut up. See if the band shuts up. W3MOR.
Why, you're an easy copy here. So, I guess so long as you're hearing, I'm not running as high as you, so long as you're hearing me okay, I guess it's alright, but yeah, and you're right, I'm hearing the hums and the acoustical on the fans, so at least that's what the big speakers tell me. And I don't know, I couldn't tell you. You guys do a whole lot more fancy processing than I do, so I couldn't tell you what to change, but the vacuum cleaner sound, at the end of the hose seems to be the processor taking whatever that amp's making and making it louder. I say all that just as a possibility to suggest that maybe a change in processing would cover it up if that's easier for you. But it's not competing with your audio in any means. It's just there. It's not a nuisance. It's just there. So I can't talk and operate a computer at the same time.
Yeah, no problem. Let me try a couple of things here. Hold on. Yay. 1 2. Hello, test. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 test. Hello, test. 1 2. Yay. Hello, audio. Let me go back in here. One, two, yay. Hello, test. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2. Test. Audio. 1 2. Yeah, that really brought things down. Let's bring this back up there. Yay. 1 2 test. Hello, test. That might have helped out a little bit there, huh?
Oh yeah, it helped out a lot. Now it's nowhere near as noticeable. Why I did notice a drop in a little bit in audio volume, it didn't take away the clarity of it, if that makes any sense. It's still real easy to hear you, and it still sounds good. That helps a lot, yes.
Alright. Yeah. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Hello, radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican, whoa. Hello. Alright, 1, 2, test. Hold on, Brian. Audio, 1, 2. Yeah. W3MMR testing, 1, 2. W3MMR testing. Hold on here, 1, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, test, hello, test. W3MMR testing, 1, 2. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave it like that. Might have brought it back up a little bit, but my average modulation's a lot higher now.
Yeah, it's fine. Nowhere near as pronounced as it was when I first noticed it. I thought some digital was mixing with you there at first, with the static crashes and everything, and you weren't as strong as earlier. The band has shifted a little bit, so I said, oh, hell no, that's coming from there. So, you got it now. See that? You know all the magic knobs. I would have scratched my head for a week trying to figure that out.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ALC settings and what's called a leveler. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually kind of running this a little hard. Hold on, let me back this carrier down a little bit. Yeah. Alright, that's 270 watts. Yeah. W3MMR. Hold on. 1, 2, test. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is my mod monitor being weird? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Alright, 275 watts of carrier and peaking around 1200. Modulation. Get on down.
And it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's cool. So how old do you think that amp is?
Well, they were only built for 2 years. This particular amplifier was built from 96 to 98, so it's 22 to 24 years old. It's got a new tube in it. These tubes are like unicorn's teeth. The 1200 D7. They're about $1,300 new from RF Parts. But it's a rugged tube. To drive this thing like balls to the wall. My radio, this Anon won't do it. Because 100 watts is like max out of this radio. And my line voltage is sagging a little bit because it's when I key up, it's like the play voltage should be around 4,000 volts unkeyed and dip down to about 3,900 when keyed. Well, I'm dipping down to like 3,600. So if the play voltage was higher, it'd be, I wouldn't have to drive it as hard with the Anon, but yeah, the Anon huffs and puffs if I really, turn it up, but no need to. I've been running 200 watts of carrier out of the AL80B for the last 2 years, and I seem to get out fine every night. So I just really got this amp, not really to run a ton more power, just for the headroom, you know?
In another lifetime, I did a lot of scene shop work for high schools and college stage dramas and stuff like that. And some of the sound support work I got into there I was told by this old man saying, if you wanted 800 watts of sound, you don't buy an 800 watt amplifier and run it at max. You buy a 1000 watt amplifier and you run it at 800. If you buy a 1600 watt amplifier and run it at 800, it'll love you even longer. I kind of took that to heart. And I've always, everything I've bought, from the trucks we buy for heroin and the equipment we buy and the way I run my stuff here, Perry, is just run everything at 80% of its capacity. Why run it wide open? It took me long enough to get it. I want to hang on to it, so just take it easy on it and let it ride.
Well, that's the thing. Like, with my AL80B, 200 watts is max. I could turn it up more, okay? If I'd start running out of headroom. I could have 200 watts of carrier and still have 125%, peaks without a problem. And hold it down for 5 minutes, and the exhaust temps for like 215 degrees. There's a badass little amplifier. That thing will do 1300 watts on sideband out of a single 500Z. If I wanted it to. But I was always right up against the wall with it, And with this, I can, I could still run the same amount of power, but I have nothing to worry about, so that's the story on that. Yeah, these static crashes are brutal. Maybe one day I'll be a big boy and I can run, 375 watts of carrier with uber headroom, but that's okay. We don't need to. I still get out fine. If somebody can't hear me, it's usually on their end, not mine. W3MMR.
Well, it's like the song says. Don't blame me for your own inefficiency.
Ain't that the truth?
That laugh tells me you know the song I'm talking about.
Of course I do. Don't blame me for your inefficiencies. Anyway. We've been so busy. So busy. I'm just so glad I have off tomorrow. I'm grateful that I've got work, but man, since we fired that other manager, I've been playing double duty with foreman in the back, wrenching, and playing manager up front when the boss isn't there, and helping him out when he is there. It's just, I don't get paid enough, and I purposely don't, go for jobs like that. I could be a manager somewhere, but I don't want to. I don't want to be. I want to be in the back. I want to come in, work on what I got to work on, get the guys to do what they got to do in the back. I don't want nothing to do with the front. I don't want to have to talk to customers. I don't want to have to do none of that. I don't want to deal with anybody. I just want to deal with the cars that I got in the back, deal with the guys I work with every day, and that's it. But he's been putting all this on me, and I'm not the type of person to say no, so I just do it. But me and him are going to have a talk soon, because the stuff I'm doing is way out of my pay grade. And it's not even really about the money. I just don't want to do it. I just, I don't want that responsibility. I just want to work on cars and go home.
Yeah, the cars don't need coddling and they don't talk back. They fight, but they don't talk back. I hear you. You're doing what I did for years. That was my primary job, and what you're feeling right now is called transaction fatigue. And the wife and the kids didn't understand that until they started working up there. You're burnt by the time you're done riding ship on the other techs and taking care of whatever headache you took on, because you know if you let the other techs do it, they'd get buried in it. In dealing with the customers, you know, and the boss probably answers the phone 2 minutes after and has you come up front to cash out Mrs. Jones for the flat repair because the boss couldn't find the ticket. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt and the bruises to show for it.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm not telling you nothing new. I mean, literally, you're explaining my day. That, and he hands me the phone. I gotta run to the bank. All right. Hands me the phone. The minute I put my hands back in what I'm working on, the phone rings. I mean, it never fails. Or I'll be up front, just taking care of somebody, come in the back, about to start working on my job again. Boom, somebody pulls in. The second I get back to work. I mean, it just never fails. So, you know, 9 times out of 10 now, when he leaves, I stop whatever I'm doing and I go up front. Because literally, I'm just going to pull my hair out every time I try to get something accomplished while he's gone, because it's impossible. We need 2 people up front, dedicated people up front. It's too much to pull double duty as a technician and a foreman in the back, worrying about all those guys, you know, the 4 other guys that work with me, or 3 other now that work with me, and worrying about them and having them answer me all the questions. All right, what's up with this? Did so-and-so call back? Can I back this out? Did Dan sell this job? Blah, blah, blah. And then on top of that, I got to deal with all these ignorant, rude people. I don't work in the nicest neighborhood, okay? And so people are a little disrespectful, you know, sometimes. For the most part, they're nice. They're sweet. A lot of really good people, but you know, you get your assholes more so than you would in, like, Greenwich, Connecticut, okay?
No, they get them there, too. They're just more sophisticated. I hear you. We've kind of got the blend between what you would consider maybe the Greenwich customer and the Philadelphia customer, which is a real trick, because you have to be able to switch gears fast. It's even trickier when they're both standing in the office at the same time. So, I hear you. It's a tough business, Perry. I don't know what to tell you to do. But you got the same issue where I've seen time and time again in the business where see, here I go dragging the computer and anyways, you got the same issue in where the manager or the owners see the service writers as an expense. They don't see them as part of the production because they can't necessarily track their production. And they don't see how the lack of a second service writer affects reduces the production of the shop or increases the stress on the first one. So all they see is the numbers, or they walk in and see one service writer flipping through their phone or reading a magazine or newspaper or whatever, while the other one's chasing down all the tickets, because that just happens to be the way the day fell, and you know, they get pissed off and think that, oh, well, we don't need the other service writer. Well, yeah, we do, because, you know, sometimes I'd like to go to the bank and run to lunch.
Casey said, doesn't look like it got any better.
No, Ken, it still sucks. Brian, you're absolutely right. You know, he looks at a service writer, okay, an average subpar service writer as an extra non-needed expense because, you know, the past 2 writers we've had, or past 3, they haven't done, you know, their numbers haven't been any better than what he can do by himself. You know what I mean? So it's just basically like an added expense for and getting nothing out of it, is the way he looks at it. If they aren't increasing our, you know, our average, our ticket average throughout the week, or if they're not, you know, doing 21,000 a week, he doesn't see it as being worth it. But I'm hoping he's starting to see it now because of how many times I got to get pulled off of jobs. I've been doing a motor job in an expedition. You know, I'm on I think I'm on day 5 now because I keep getting, or day 4, when I go back in on Thursday, it'll be day 4, because I keep getting pulled off of it. And I keep getting pulled off to fix other people's screw-ups, too. You know, it's that on top of him pulling me up front and, you know, like Gumby, is just dragging this job out. And, I don't know. He'll see one day, hopefully, or we're going to have a sit down and talk about it. Yeah, Ken, the band sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I mean, I got the AGC turned down and everything, but it sucks. But, yeah, we got more of this to look forward to. I know that.
That's right. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go refill my glass here. I'll be back in a couple minutes. W3 MMR.
All right, Perry. What'd you say, Bry?
And I said, now there's QSB with it. How come Lightning's never ever affected by QSB?
I don't know. You got a lot of, down your end, I guess. You got a lot of it.
Well, maybe I can go ground it. Tell me where it's at. I'll throw a wire up.
There you go. Yeah, this is annoying. I'll probably just call it a night. I'm tired anyway. I'm gonna go out there and I'll leave it on for a while. Maybe get on later, or maybe Carrie will get on later. I don't know. But it's just too annoying for me.
I understand. Well, maybe I'll catch up with you on the other one here in a bit. That'll probably be easier.
Yeah, I gotta go out in the garage and get my HT. And, gotta check the shop anyway, make sure everything's turned off. So, all right, well, I'll leave it. If you're on later, I'll do the thing. 83WFD from QC2UDZ. See you later, Perry. I'll be here.
See you later, Ken. We'll catch up with you in a little bit here.
Yeah, I don't know if Perry's got that either. I could always get it too. But anyway, I'll talk to you in a couple, bud. KC2UDZ, man.
No, I'll be right back.
You got Echolink, Perry?
Do I have Echolink? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
No, I didn't jump on that bandwagon.
All right, basically it's just a microphone hooked up to your microphone headset hooked up to your computer. We usually, when a band gets like this, we usually go over to Garrett's or Peter, and we just Brian Echolinks in, everybody Echolinks in, we have conversation over there, just to let you know.
Oh, all right, yeah, I heard Clark talking about it. Mentioned it quite a few times. I just never have a mess with it. Yeah, maybe we'll check it out. And I'll get a hold of you and figure out how I can get on there and find you guys. I'll shoot you an email or something. Anyway, off to get my drink. I'll be back in a couple minutes. W3 MMR.
All right, buddy. See you later.
Harry?
Hey, Brian.
All you need is to download, go to echolink.org and download it. There's an app for your phone. And then once you do, and then you need to know oh, I got a little KC2CCR repeater in Manahawkin, and you just tell it connect, and there you go, like an HT.
Oh, okay. I'll look into that. I'll look into that when I get back from drinking, or getting my drink. I'll be drinking it here. Alright, I'll be back in a minute.
Alright, me too. I'm gonna go make room for a drink, and then get a drink. KB3WFA. WFV.
KB2QA returning. We copy. We've got static crashes and snow hitting the layer. I think we can carry on with you, so back to you.
W4SVA. Anybody on frequency, W4SVA. conditions tonight. CQ75 calling CQ. CQ75 calling CQ from W4SVA. Whiskey 4 Sierra Victor Alpha. W4SVA calling CQ and listening. Yeah, K8DJR. You're making it through the static, just barely, but you're making it in here. From W4SVA. Name is Chris. I'm located in the Shenandoah Valley, about 15 miles south of Harrisonburg. So, I guess I'm making it up your way. Sounds like there's a storm out off the coast. I wonder if you're hearing it as bad as I am here. K8DJR, W4SVA. Kind of surprised at the level of static here. I threw up at CQ. I really didn't expect anybody to come back, but I'm glad you did. Yeah, the rig here is an HT32B Hallicrafters driving a Henry amplifier, about 250, 300 watts out, and receiver's an SP600. So that's the setup here. Back over to you. I think there was another station in there too. I'm not sure if it was somebody just tuning up or if there was someone that wanted to jump in. K8DJR W4SVA. Yeah, a little bit more out there for sure. K8DJR W4SVA. Very good on the radio. I think you said 2K4 Henry. The Henry here is a 2K3. 2K4, I can't remember, is that the console version that sits on the floor, or is that the desktop version? The one I have here is the one that sits on the floor. So very interesting. Find that too often. If for some reason your call sounds familiar, we may have worked in the past. It's hard to say. I don't keep an official log here. The scratch pad in front of me. When that gets full, I throw it out. 50 degrees here in Virginia. Supposed to get a freeze tonight. Had a windy day today. I'm kind of surprised the antenna tree stayed up, but I've been expecting it to fall down for the past 3 years. Been hanging in there. So I figured I better use it tonight while I still can, in case it comes down. And no, I didn't hear that other station in there, so I don't know who that was. Maybe just a tuner-upper. Seems like a good frequency that people tend to do that on a lot. K8DJR W4SVA.
Not bad. What kind of
Well, that's very true. That might be the whole reason the tree's been staying up all these years, because the antenna's guying it up. Yeah, you could be right about that. Yeah, the antenna is called a horizontal V. It's basically a doublet. Each leg is 180 feet long. The antenna's up about 50 feet, and it's in a V-shaped horizontally. I think it's greater than 90 degrees. I'm not sure how wide it's spread apart, but it's spread kind of wide. I just threw up some wire in the air with the supports I had, and that's what it ended up being. Yeah, very good on the 2K4. Sounds a lot like the one I had, the 2K3, 3500 Gs, and power supply on the wire cap on top. And let's see here. Line to about here. And I acquired a whole bunch of gear last night, so I'm sitting kind of amongst the piles. I have just enough room to turn around, and so I'm kind of on that operating sporadically. I need to get some of this stuff moved out. I need to pick through it and figure out what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. Coronavirus has kind of made it tough to do. I really don't want anybody coming here to pick up anything. Really don't want to go anywhere else anyway, so I'm just kind of sitting amongst the piles right now. So back over to you, Bob. Maybe the static, maybe the storm will drift further away off the coast, and conditions will get a little bit better. K8DJR W4SVA. Torn into it to try and get some ideas on people what to do with it before I started looking into it. And I thought it might have been a tube, but I tried a couple of different tubes. That didn't seem to be so it's pretty good. I can hear it, but it's not. All the other bells are really hot. So I don't know if that's thing of the could be. Afford the equipment I can check in. Oh man, this just took a dive, Bob. You were in there at first during the beginning of your transmission, then you just went right way down into the static. I didn't get a whole lot of that. So I apologize. I think you were talking about the antenna on the other band. For this one, I just feed through balance tuner. I have two different tuners here in line, and a knife switch to switch the open wire line, and one tuner is for 160, and then the other one is for 80 through 10. And the antenna works pretty good on 80 and 40. 20 it gets a little strange, but on 15 and 10 it has some very strong sharp lobes which are pretty much useless, and so I need to put up something a little bit better for those higher bands. Here on 80, I'm pretty much happy with it, considering the amount of effort I put into it, which wasn't a whole lot. Basically built out of scrap materials, open wire line, the whole antenna, the feed line supports, and everything. It was stuff that was pretty much junk. So been performing good for a few years now. Let's see if the static is decreased a little bit. Hopefully I'll be able to copy that next time. The band seems like it might be changing a little bit. Going up and down. Because you're coming over the static pretty good there at first. Maybe conditions will pick back up. K8DJR W4SVA.
There you go, radio, and 3WH radio. W4SVA.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that time. K8DJR W4SVA. Yeah, we'll have to do it some other time. Conditions are better. Hear a little bit more about your antenna and finish the conversation. But thanks for the call. Hopefully I'll run into you some other time. My operating times are kind of sporadic, so who knows when I'll be in here next time, but I'll be sure to look for you. K8DJR 73 for now, W4SVA. KK4RF, nice signal here into the Shenandoah Valley, and W4SVA.
KK4RF, and located in Southwest Virginia, in the southeastern part of the state. I think we may have worked before. But anyway, we're running an old Ranger, putting out only about 40 watts into an 80-meter dipole. But you've got a very nice signal. The static crashes are awful tonight, so I hope I'm still making it feel okay. But back to you there. I believe it's Whiskey 4 Sierra SVA. Victoria Americana. Whiskey 4 SVA, this is KK4.
Yeah, you got it right. W4SVA. Yeah, I believe we have worked before. I remember the call. And I imagine you're getting the brunt of the static out there in Suffolk. As I looked at the lightning map about an hour ago, and there was just some nasty looking line storms off the coast. So, I can't imagine what the static level is there. You're coming through it just fine. 40 watts, doing a fine job. We're not that far apart. Yeah, it's doing it just fine. Rig here is an HT32B, Henry 2K3 amplifier, and SP600 receiver. I'm trying to think of the last time we talked. It's been a long time, I think. I listen to the old military radio net in the morning. I rarely check in, but I listen to it occasionally, and I hear you check in there. Last time we talked had probably been at least 2 or 3 years ago. KK4RF, W4SVA.
Yeah, very good. W4SVA, KK4RF. For your HT32B and the Henry 2K amplifier are doing a great job for you. The SB600, I'm familiar with that receiver. I'm a member of the Battleship Wisconsin Radio Club, and we have an old SB600 in our radio room area, although we're not using it. It's just kind of sitting there. But it's a nice big old receiver. I've never actually operated one, but it's a neat looking old receiver. But anyway, I'm trying to think. Yeah, as far as a receiver, I'm using an old National NC57. It's not a great receiver, but I rebuilt it a couple years ago, and I'm finally actually using it on the air. And actually, I like the way it sounds on AM. AM signals come through quite nicely. It does not have a crystal filter in the IF, but it doesn't do too bad with just the existing IF transformers. The complexity doesn't seem to be too bad for AM. But anyway, yeah, the name here is Marty. Marty, short for Martin. And yeah, I think it's been a few years since we talked, and I do check into the old military net on Saturday mornings. But I didn't get your name there and your actual location. I know you're in the Shenandoah Valley someplace. Back to you there, W4SVA. This is KK4RF.
KK4RF, W4SVA. My name is Chris. I apologize if I didn't. Getting late, so I'm starting to forget things. I'm about 15 miles south of Harrisonburg, near a small town called Mount Solon. Not sure if you've ever heard of the Natural Chimney. If that rings a bell, but I'm 2 miles from that park. All right, on the NC57. I've never had one of those. It's a cool looking little receiver. Well, man, it fits, handles the static okay tonight. They must be performing pretty good. Man, these conditions are nasty. Kind of disappointed to hear this amount of static in April, but maybe it's a temporary thing. Looking forward to a little bit more of wintertime conditions through April and May, because things really haven't warmed up here all that much. The cold weather at night's kind of been hanging around. We're expecting to freeze tonight. So it's a little bit unusual for this late in the year, but I guess it's not too far off the mark. Okay, on the receiver, I think you said the Wisconsin. I'm trying to take notes at the same time, and I'm not a very good note taker on what to comment on. I think you said the Wisconsin. And that's the military designation of this one is a R274B. And they made a whole bunch of different variations of it. This one's JX6 version, which I think is a pretty common version of 5. Yeah, it's a fun receiver. It has its deficiencies, of course, like any receiver does. It's a good band cruiser. It has nice fly-weighted tuning. It has a big flywheel on the inside of the tune shaft. You just go to spin and it'll cruise from one end of the band to the other. It's kind of nice. Yeah, it's a big old boat anchor for sure. And you mentioned the Battleship. I'm sitting amongst a bunch of Battleship receivers I acquired a month ago. I've kind of been working through them, figuring out what I want to keep and what I might want to get rid of. I've got a few RBAs, RBBs, RBCs, you know, the big heavy ones, and some power supplies to go along with them. Looking forward to getting them set up and using them on the air. And I got some more other military parts and pieces. A lot of things to play with here. I wonder if you go to any of the local ham fests in Virginia Lake, Frost Fest or Berryville. Those are two of my favorites. Actually, they're the only ones I go to. They're both within about 2 hours from here, and decent ham fest, so I try to make the trip every year. up north and out east to those two ham fests. KK4RF, W4SVA.
Yeah, very good, Chris. W4SVA. This is KK4RF. Well, Chris, I go to the Richmond Frost Fest every year, and I go to the Virginia Beach Ham Fest in September every year. The Virginia Beach Ham Fest got to be small, so the Richmond Frost Fest, I really like that one. It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still a pretty good ham fest. The Richmond Frost Fest. I went to the Berryville, I think it's called Berryville, ham fest a couple of years ago, but the weather was awfully hot that day, and I'm not trying to go back. It's going to be horribly hot. But actually, it was a pretty good ham fest. That was about 2 years ago. So anyway, yeah. On the USS Wisconsin, we're not using it, but it is sitting there. It was donated by someone, well, probably by the state of Violet Key. We've got quite a bit of donated equipment. A lot of it is not military equipment, but we do operate some of the TCS transmitter and a TCS receiver. 40 and 30 and although it does have capability for AM phone, we've never used the TCS transmitter for AM, but that's a possibility for the future. But anyway, well, Chris, I'm not going to hold them long. The static crashes are getting really horrible, but I wanted to give you a shout because you have such a nice signal. But signals are up and down, so I won't hold it because I suspect my 40 watts might not be making it much more strong than. So back to you there, Chris. I'll say 7374 SVA. This is KK4. All right.
KK4RF, W4SVA. Now your 40 watts is still banging in here just fine. There is static under it, but your carrier is quieting it nicely. Yeah, Berryville can get hot. That's one thing about it. It can get pretty humid and hot mid-morning and afternoon. Last year was a rather good ham fest. I think it did get a little toasty there in the afternoon, but early morning wasn't bad. I usually get there around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when it's still nice and cool, and set the stuff out for sale if I bring anything for sale, and then I take a trip around through the grounds with a flashlight, check out any other early people that get there, see what they set out. That's always a thing I enjoy, shopping in the flashlight in the morning. And I've found some of the best deals doing that. And that's also when I sell a lot of stuff. People come around with flashlights and buy stuff off my table. That's a lot of fun. Let's see. Yeah, the TCS set. I've got a pair of TCS sets here. I was actually working on those the other night. And I had one of the transmitters on the air a few years ago and checked into the old military radio net with it. 10 watts on AM, and they actually heard me, believe it or not. And I ran it on the CW for the old military radio net a couple times, and I kind of shoved it back on the shelf and touched the tip. And last month, one of the things that I got, along with his other stuff, was another TCS set and an AC supply and a dynamotor. And so I'm working on that, and hopefully I'll get it set up and plan to use it for them. If I can get some kind of antenna rigged up, it's easy to carry along with me. So they were designed to tune into about a 20-foot vertical. So that'll be ideal kind of portable operation. Even though it's heavy, it'll still be fun to drag all that stuff out in the field with the car battery and the dynamotor and operate CW or maybe even hit any other car. 40 meters would probably be good for that. Who knows, maybe even 75. Real quick before you go, have you read any of the old transmitters? Trying to think what the transmitters would be on there. Would they have TBL, TBM, or anything like that? I was down visiting the USS North Carolina. That's probably been, that's been 5 years ago now, I think. And they have a guest operator saying, hey, I'm coming down. And then the local radio stuff will take you down in the transmitter room that's not part of the regular tour on the ship. And you can see the old transmitters down there. They were working on it at the time. They had the motor generator set unhooked. They had it rewound, and they were still waiting for them to be hooked up, so they didn't have old transmitters on the air. But I was able to use a modern rig through the old ship's antennas, which was I would have rather seen the old stuff work. KK4RFW4SVA.
Yeah, very good for W4SVA, KK4RF. Well, Chris, it's interesting. We operate, we've got 2 rooms on the, 2 compartments on the Wisconsin, up on the O3 level, and the actual real radio room for the ship was like 3 levels down, and that's a pretty big area. Now, we do not operate any of that old equipment there. In fact, most of the equipment that's in the real radio room area was more modern equipment, because, you know, they used the Wisconsin even during the Gulf War in 1990. So there's quite a bit of fairly modern equipment there that's still there. And so the actual World War II tube rigs, they don't have any set up down there right now. But now the TCS transmitters and receivers, they did use the TCS rigs on the Wisconsin back during World War II. They actually did use them. And so we feel like that using the TCS transmitter and receiver is using something that really was used on the Wisconsin. So they're fun to operate, and they are so well made. Now, Chris, if you like working CW, because I like CW, the TCS receiver, if you use a Q multiplier with the TCS receiver, you can really improve the CW reception on the TCS receiver. And that's something I did this winter. I actually installed, I made a hookup for a Q multiplier using a Heathkit Q multiplier. I hooked it up to the TCS receiver, and that made a huge improvement in being able to copy CW signals. But anyway, that might be something you might consider doing even on your own, Chris, because I think the TCS transmitter and receiver, they're pretty good rigs. Anyway, Chris, I'll say 73s, but I'll send it back your way for a final. And if you ever want to come down sometime in the fall, maybe, hopefully once we get past the coronavirus, we'll be having
need to put in this order for some parts. A lot of the bathtub capacitors are open circuit, which kind of surprised me. I thought they would be even leaky, but not open circuit. But I guess that was the failure mode for some of them. Anyway, 73 KK4RF and W4SVA.
Yeah, very good, Chris. It was great talking with you. Great talking with you, and I'll try to send you an email and give you some information about the USS Wisconsin radio club. But once we get operating again, if you want to come on down, we'd like to show you around, okay? Because it's really neat being on the ship. I was in the Navy a long time ago, in the 80s. I enjoyed my 4 years on the active duty. Not a radio operator, radio fan, or anything like that. Actually, I was a physician in the Navy, but anyway, I'm fully retired from being a physician. I was a dialysis doctor. But I'm done, retired 5 years ago. But I enjoyed my time in the Navy. But it's fun getting on the USS Wisconsin. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, Chris, 73, good luck here with your TCS. That's a nice receiver, but it's got a 9 kilohertz wide IF, so it's pretty wide on CW. But with the Q multiplier, it makes it so much nicer to receive CW. 73, Chris, great talking with you. W4 SVA, KK4 RF.
73 from W4 SVA. Net Ranger's still doing a fine job.
Yes, 73, Chris. Great talking with you.